Hey, it's Paul from howtonetwork.com. Before I ran my own company, I worked for Cisco Systems and I also worked in a help desk for British Telecom in the UK. Now looking back, I held on to both jobs for longer than I should have really, so it got me thinking about this week's video, which is when is the right time for you to leave your current IT role. Now I understand everyone's circumstances are different, so you need to discuss it with your family, any friends that you take advice from, and also consider your personal circumstances, your financial situation and your career goals. It may be that you're jumping around too quickly or hanging around in a job too long, and it's different in different cultures and different countries. So bear in mind, this is all just advice. First reason to leave your IT job is when you pass an IT certification exam. It takes a lot of work, on average around 3 months, sometimes more, and you pass your IT certification exam, you've got new skills, new qualifications. This is the time for you to consider new roles. Look at the job market. It's free to apply for jobs. It's free to go for interviews. A lot of the time you do them on a Zoom call now, so it's dead easy to arrange a convenient time during your lunch break or before or after work. Have an interview and see where you stand. Number two, and this happened to me at Cisco, when you get passed over for promotion. Now sometimes you're not ready. My experience is somebody who was doing the interviews was good friends, drinking friends with people. They interviewed around 20 candidates and all 5 people that this person went out for drinks with got awarded the job. So it wasn't just an accident or one-off, it was obviously nepotism. I was very angry and frustrated, but I didn't leave the job. So this is a time when you should consider for you to leave the job. Number 3 is when you're overworked and underpaid. Now, we can all put our hand up and say we need to be paid money, but look at the market value for what job you do. You could be on a good salary, but the chances are you could be expected to work overtime or on call or on shifts and not be paid accordingly. So in fairness, you should be paid what you're worth according to your skills and obviously the market value. Next one, number 4, is when conditions get worse. So it can be you're not getting on with your boss or something is going on at work, something to do with your conditions. You normally start feeling newly stressed or frustrated. Things aren't really going the way you think they should be. Obviously you can speak to your managers and bosses and see if there's anything you can change, but if not, it's time to consider leaving. Next, number 5 is when you have a lot of conflicts or no fun at all. Somebody got promoted when I worked at Cisco. They had no people skills, they actually had a lot of programming skills, and they made everyone on the team just very unhappy. They did things and imposed rules for no particular reason. It just made our job very difficult and they just weren't very pleasant. So that's the kind of situation you consider leaving also. And number 6 is when the company's in trouble. Again, when I worked at a internet service provider doing networking, I noticed other people in a third world country were taking on some of our work. This should have raised alarm bells. I spoke to my manager who made some phone calls and he assured all of us that everything was okay and it was normal. Obviously, when another team is taking over work that you're doing, this is a preemptive plan for them to take over all of your work. When all of your work's taken over, you're out of a job. So this is exactly what happened to around 50 to 60 of us. So it's time for you to start making some phone calls, brush up your resume and start having some interviews. Thanks for watching the video. Please go over to howtonetwork.com, check out all our IT certification courses, practice exams and live Cisco racks. There's a $1 coupon in the description. The next one is when you can get a better offer. You should always be looking around every 3 months. Have a look on the job boards, have a look on forums. Obviously don't put your real name or real details. Don't let the company know you're looking, but have a look around and see if you can get something that's a better condition, better work environment, better money, more challenging, anything like that. I generally recommend moving around every 6 months. If you're a freelance contractor, then it can be a shorter period because that's expected. Number 8 is when you're supporting legacy technology. So technology works for a certain amount of time, it's new, then it becomes mainstream, and then it becomes legacy. Now your company may be working in a niche, supporting legacy software or hardware, but the problem is your salary will jump up because there's not many people supporting what you're doing anymore, and then eventually, and maybe quite quickly, you'll be out of a job, and the problem is your skills are no longer relevant because you were supporting out-of-date technology. So then is the time to start looking around for something new. The next one, number 9, is when you're bored or stressed. I've worked in a few jobs where there wasn't much to do, maybe 1 or 2 jobs a day. The rest of the time you should be either looking for work to do or studying. Now, you can argue the pros and cons of studying in work's time, but I've been working in jobs where I'm just sitting there waiting for something to break. I've done all your maintenance, so you can spend the rest of the time, as long as it's relevant to what you're doing, studying. But if you're bored and if you're stressed, a little bit of stress is normal, but if every day your stomach's churning over, you're having anxiety, and you can't switch off after work, you should be looking at moving. The last one, number 10, is when you stop learning. So this is again related to the legacy kind of thing maybe. If you've learned everything there is to learn for your current role, then you should look at getting promoted where you are, taking on new work, or leaving. Again, don't wait until you're down the road and you can't afford to leave or they let you go. All right, so just a few other things to think about. When you leave, please leave on a positive note. Don't send rude notes to your managers, don't be rude to your colleagues, don't say nasty things when you're moving into your next role about the people you used to work with. It will catch up with you. Plan well in advance, so you should always have a plan, a backup plan, just in case you're let go. I was let go with just a few weeks notice, and at that time I was actually moving house. I wasn't in a great situation financially, and it left me very dangerously exposed, me and my family. And the last thing is only leave and hand your notice in when you have an offer in writing and a day to start. Don't hand your notice in or tell the company you're leaving if somebody's giving you a verbal offer. So I hope that's given you something to think about. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments underneath, and I will get around to answering as soon as I can. As always, please share the video and give it a like, it really helps the channel.